General Hospital spoilers tease that Valentine has not returned to Port Charles as many fans expected, leaving a huge gap in his storyline and raising a series of questions about the character's future. After everything that has happened, from him fleeing the WSB, saying goodbye to Anna, handing Charlotte over to Lulu, to his inner struggle over whether to return, many believe that sooner or later, Valentine will find a way back, at least to address unresolved issues. However, instead of a return, there has been an extended silence with no sign that Valentine will appear anytime soon. His absence not only leaves his storyline hanging but also impacts other characters, especially Anna. She still has feelings for him but cannot continue waiting while he disappears without a trace. Their relationship had already faced many challenges, from the Pikeman case to Anna shooting Charlotte, which hurt them both deeply. But instead of having a chance to heal, they have been pushed further apart by events neither could control. Charlotte, who once idolized her father, is now adjusting to life without Valentine by her side. Lulu, despite returning, still cannot fully replace his role in her daughter's life. However, the issue is not just within the storyline but extends behind the scenes, as Valentine's absence seems tied to tensions between actor Patrick Stuart and the General Hospital production team. Rumors began to surface that he was having difficulties continuing to play the role. Some sources suggest his busy schedule with other projects is preventing him from committing long-term to GH, while others point to disagreements with the producers, particularly regarding the direction of Valentine's character. These tensions not only affect James but also present a major problem for General Hospital. If he can't continue as Valentine, they will face a tough decision: find a replacement or write the character out. But replacing an influential actor like James is not simple, especially when fans have been invested in him for years. If the producers decide to remove Valentine completely, it will also impact many storylines involving him, from his relationship with Anna to Charlotte's life. The eruption of this situation is not just about Valentine's character but also sparks a larger debate about how General Hospital is handling its cast. Recently, many major actors have left or been replaced, leading viewers to question if the producers are on the right track. Losing a character like Valentine is not just about losing a familiar face, it's about losing a crucial part of the show's structure. His character occupies a unique space in the story, a man full of contradictions, who can be both dangerous and a devoted father, romantic yet haunted by his past. The tension between James and the production team has only added to the fans' frustration. Many have expressed that if there are any issues between the actor and the producers, they should find a way to resolve them so Valentine can continue to be part of Port Charles. But if these rifts cannot be healed, will GH make a game-changing decision? Valentine's story has never had a proper ending, and his absence is making everything more confusing than ever. Fans not only want to see him return but also want a clear answer about the fate of his character. With the ongoing tensions between James and the production team, will there be a chance for his return, or is this really the end of Valentine? If the producers decide not to bring him back, they will need to have a clear path to resolve Valentine's storyline appropriately. Will they leave him forever fleeing from the WSB with no proper conclusion? Or will they write him out with some major event that officially separates him from Port Charles? And if another actor is cast to replace him, will fans accept it? Whatever direction things go, one thing is certain. Valentine's absence is leaving a gap that is hard to fill. Behind-the-scenes decisions are directly impacting the show's content, and without a reasonable explanation, fans may begin to lose patience. This is not just about one character, it is a major test for the producers. Can they make a decision that satisfies the audience? If Valentine cannot return, General Hospital will face a strong backlash from those who have loved the character for years. Patrick Stuart is genuinely upset with the increasingly complicated working conditions at General Hospital. The backstage tensions have reached a boiling point as he faces significant changes the producers are making the situation harder to navigate. Disputes over contracts, disagreements about the direction of Valentine's character, and pressure from the producers have put James in a difficult position, forcing him to reconsider whether he can continue with the show. James's dissatisfaction is not just a personal matter, it has become a wave of opposition among his fan base. Fans of him and Valentine are increasingly outraged at how General Hospital is handling everything. They believe that such an iconic character as Valentine deserves a proper storyline rather than being forgotten or removed for unclear reasons. Sudden changes in the plot, unexplained absences, and the way producers have treated James have sparked a major debate, leading to a movement calling for a boycott of General Hospital. Fans believe that the unfair treatment of James is part of a larger issue that General Hospital is facing. In recent years, many veteran actors have left or been replaced without proper preparation, leaving fans disappointed with how the show treats important characters. James being pushed into this situation only fuels the fans' anger. They not only demand answers from the producers but also want to see actual changes in how the show operates. This eruption not only affects James but also puts General Hospital in a tough spot. If the fans' outrage continues to grow, the boycott movement could severely impact the show's viewership. Forums and social media are flooded with calls to support James and demand an explanation from the producers about his future on the show. If the situation escalates, General Hospital could face a major reputation crisis. With all the tension going on, the question is whether the producers will listen to the voice of the fans. If they continue to ignore the fans' demands and James decides to leave, General Hospital may lose one of its most important characters. But if they find a way to resolve the conflict and bring James back in a reasonable manner, they might soothe the fans' frustration and save the situation before it's too late. Whatever the outcome, one thing is certain: this wave of opposition is not just a temporary reaction, it could be a major warning sign for General Hospital. The producers cannot continue to ignore internal issues without eventually facing the consequences. If they do not act quickly, General Hospital could be heading into a crisis that affects not only Valentine's character but the entire future of the show. Valentine will disappear from General Hospital forever, a shocking truth that leaves not only the characters in the show but also the fans surprised and filled with regret. After years of being a significant part of Port Charles, with schemes, complex relationships, and a tumultuous love story with Anna, Valentine's departure is not just a turning point in his own narrative but also creates a ripple effect that changes the lives of many around him. Valentine's disappearance is not an ordinary event, it's like a storm sweeping away everything he once held dear. He wasn't just a Cassadine with grand ambitions but also a man who has endured many storms to find himself. He was once a dangerous man, willing to do anything to achieve his goals, but he also became a loving father to Charlotte and a man who found true love with Anna. But now, none of that matters anymore, because Valentine will no longer be here to continue his story. Valentine's departure leaves an irreplaceable void in Anna's life. She once loved him deeply and believed that there was always a chance for them to heal, but now that hope is gone. Their relationship, one of the most complex and emotionally charged in General Hospital, has officially ended, not because of betrayal or schemes, but because fate had arranged it that way. Anna once struggled with feelings of guilt after unintentionally shooting Charlotte in a dangerous situation, which caused a rift between her and Valentine. But even though things became complicated, she was never truly ready to lose him forever. With Valentine gone, Anna faces a future lonelier than ever before. She has already lost many important people in her life, but Valentine was one of the few who made her feel safe, someone who understood her in a way no one else could. Now, without him, Anna has no one to share her deepest thoughts with. This loss will likely change her completely, sending her on a journey of self-discovery once again, or perhaps making her colder and harder than ever before. Not only Anna, but Charlotte will also be deeply affected by Valentine's departure. She once idolized her father, seeing him as her hero, the only one she could truly trust, and now, all of that has been ripped away from her. Lulu has returned, but can she replace Valentine's role in Charlotte's life? Or will Charlotte be pushed into a psychological state of confusion, where she no longer knows who to trust? Charlotte might feel betrayed and lost, which could lead her down a very dangerous path. Valentine's disappearance is not just a shock to his loved ones, but it could also have significant consequences for the Cassadine family. Valentine was once one of the most influential members of the Cassadine family, a man smart enough to survive in their world full of intrigue. Now that he's gone, who will take over the legacy he left behind? Nicholas might try to reclaim his position in the family, while Spencer may be forced into a difficult situation where he has to choose between his own values and the expectations of the Cassadine name. Without Valentine, the balance of power within this family will change completely, and it could open the door for a fierce battle for control. Port Charles will also feel the impact of Valentine's disappearance. A man like him, with a turbulent past, complex relationships, and secrets yet to be revealed, cannot leave without leaving behind lasting consequences. Who will continue the schemes he began? Will anyone try to hide the truth about his departure? And most importantly, will the producers have a clear plan to properly close his story, or will this just be a sudden ending that leaves fans feeling cheated? Valentine's departure is not just a shift in the storyline but also marks a change in how General Hospital operates. In recent years, the show has lost many key characters, and if Valentine truly disappears forever, it will continue to diminish the show's appeal. Fans not only want a clear explanation but also a fitting conclusion for his character. If the producers don't have a proper plan, the backlash from the fans could grow larger. Regardless of what happens, one thing is certain: Valentine's absence will change many things. Anna's story will turn a new page, Charlotte will face a life without her father, the Cassadine family will lose someone capable of controlling its power, and Port Charles will never be the same. This could mark the end of an era in General Hospital, but it also raises new questions about the future of the remaining characters. Can Anna continue without Valentine? How will Charlotte cope with this loss? How will the Cassadine family change? And more importantly, is this truly the end for Valentine, or will he one day unexpectedly return, as many characters in General Hospital have before? Only time will tell, but for now, this loss remains a huge shock, and its repercussions will echo in the world of Port Charles for a long time. Valentine is facing one of the biggest troubles of his life, a chain of events that not only affects him but also shakes the world of General Hospital. A new, crazy development is emerging, a volatile presence that is completely changing the storyline, triggering a storm of reactions from fans. Valentine's departure is not just a change in the script, but a major shock to the fans who have followed his journey for many years. The outrage is steadily increasing, as Valentine's exit disrupts not only his story but also the important relationships he built. His loyal fans feel betrayed, as the character they love has been abruptly and disrespectfully written off. This discontent is not only coming from the fans but also from the characters in the show who had close ties with Valentine. Anna, who spent a long time fighting for their love, is now left with a huge void and no clear explanation. Charlotte, the girl who once idolized her father, will now have to face unanswered questions about his absence. Lulu, who just returned, will have to shoulder the responsibility of helping her daughter cope with this loss, even though she's unsure how to handle it herself. But what makes everything even more complicated is the aftermath Valentine's departure causes for General Hospital as a whole. When a major character like Valentine suddenly disappears, the storylines of many other characters are also affected, leaving the entire structure of the show feeling loose and disjointed. Fans can't help but wonder if this was a rushed decision by the producers or if it's the result of internal issues between the production team and the actor. The storm of reactions from the fans shows that their trust in General Hospital is changing. Fans who have loved the show for many years are used to losing important characters, but Valentine's departure marks a new turning point. If a character as influential as him can be easily written off, who else can be guaranteed a lasting spot in the show? The crisis General Hospital is facing after Valentine's exit is not just about the content but also about how the show is treating its actors and their characters. In recent years, many key characters have been replaced or disappeared without proper explanation, and with Valentine, it's more evident than ever. Fans no longer feel they can trust the show's direction, and this could lead to serious consequences regarding viewership. So the question remains, what will General Hospital do next? Will the producers provide a reasonable explanation for Valentine's disappearance, or will they continue to ignore the fans' reactions? And if this discontent continues to grow, can the show avoid a crisis of trust from the very people who have watched it for years? Whatever the outcome, one thing is certain: Valentine's departure has left a huge hole that no one can easily fill. Port Charles will never be the same again, and General Hospital will face the consequences of this decision for a long time to come.